What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Cris Style
Mal
Podcast, episode 216, Takeover Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good night. Whatever you're doing, you're at home, you're at work. We appreciate you tapping into the live stream. You're listening on the playback. We appreciate you too. Leave a comment in the comments section. Got a few things to speak on. Some drama going down in Michigan today. We got Maul's random news, NFL picks. We're gonna do some. It's playoff time for a lot of y'all in fantasy, so we're gonna do some sit and starts. And Maul's got some NFL over under game that he wants to play. So before we do all that, Maul, how you feeling, brother? I ain't seen you all day because I was busy as shit.
I could be happier, man. My Lakers took a big fat L against the San Antonio Spurs. I was hoping they would find their way out here to Vegas so I can watch my team live, but unfortunately that will not happen. So I'm pretty a little bitter about that. But man, overall, man, kind of getting over this.
Wemby.
Hopefully he plays. So.
Didn't play tonight.
Hopefully he plays. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they clear him. I wouldn't mind that. If Wemby clears, then that would be a good consolation prize because I've been wanting to see Wemby to play ever since he got into the league. So we'll see what's up, man. But besides that, man, trying to get over this cold, man. But feeling good, man. How you feeling?
I'm pretty good, man. A little busy today, but
Yeah. Finish off this rodeo strong.
It wasn't even because of the rodeo. It's because a certain somebody wanted to have me do something in the middle of me working. Pulled me away from my duties.
Gotcha. I already know who you talking about. So
it ain't even her.
Who is it?
Somebody who leaving.
Bastard. Oh, the head honcho.
But it's all good.
For sure.
All right, man. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you wanted to say that for random news, but we gotta talk about this now, player. Like this.
I had it on random news, but yeah, let's talk about it.
It's hot off the press, dog. Details and this shit. Like when I saw this, and I saw that he was, got caught up with an employee, I was like, all right, it's against a personal conduct. I get it, man, but brothers, they can't. Seemed like some what's his name? The coach that was with Boston, now with Houston.
Oh, man, Doka.
It seemed like some stuff like that. Not on his level because he was messing with a few females, I think. But
not just one. He was just messing.
Oh, he's just messing with the one. Okay, so it's a similar situation. So I'm thinking like, all right, it's a similar situation. Got caught up with the female. She's probably snitched on him, whatever. Nah, it's deeper than that, player. They said that he got in an argument with his wife because she found out he was cheating, threatened to kill himself. Then went over to the staff that he was cheating with, threatened to kill himself and her, held her at knife point. Then end up going to a local church where his wife gave his location away from his phone, and where they detained him, and he is currently detained at this moment. I am talking about former head coach Sharon Moore. He was the head coach of Michigan. He took over when Jim Harbaugh left for the Chargers. This is a crazy situation. At first when I saw this, I was just like, he got caught up in some mess. But once I saw the details, it was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Your job. First of all, you already lost your job over some, young, she probably some young, worker that he saw caught his eye. And then you threatened, you got caught, you did the whole I'm gonna commit suicide caught thing.
Yeah.
So now you're at a job, you're out of a job. Now you might be doing some prison time. Jail time. This is all crazy. What was your first thoughts when you first saw his name being fired, and then you saw the details?
Obviously, I was shocked that he was fired. When I first saw the initial report, it just said he was fired due to misconduct. I was kind of curious to see why, because we've seen a slew of coaches. He won't be. Let's be real. I'm sure he's not the first and only. I'm sure he won't be the last coach that's out here, doing stuff on campus that he probably shouldn't be doing.
Right.
And if it was just that, do I think that's a fireable offense? No, I think that would be something that maybe he gets fined, maybe he gets a suspension, something like that. But with him and, kind of the direction that he looked like he was taking this Michigan program, it looked like they were in some good ways. Obviously, they had a disappointing loss against Ohio State, but overall their record was pretty good. You just need some elevation up at that quarterback position. But you figured that Sharon Moore had this this program heading in the right direction, taken away from Harbaugh. But seeing his name, and then when more information started coming out and why it happened, and then you got the report that he got arrested, and you're like, what the hell is going on? And you see the report with him confronting, talking about trying to get the girl to get the abortion. This is all alleged, but get the abortion, and then breaking into her home and threatening to commit suicide and potentially harm her. It's like, man, it's like you literally went from cloud 9 to literally your whole life is gone. Mm-hmm. He didn't just lose a job, he lost a career. Mm-hmm. Let's state a fact. He is an unhirable person to ever get a job in any capacity in football ever again. Like I don't see even in Division II programs, like there's just no way, like at least currently at this moment in time. Like, you went from coaching one of the more prominent institutions in football to now you look like a crazy ass, horny ass motherfucker that just can't control himself. And it's not a good look for it. Don't really help us getting premier jobs like that at all, because I think there was another coach at Michigan State, another brother who got caught up with some shit like this too, who ended up getting fired. It's not looking good for us. I mean, he pretty much representing us pretty bad right now. So I'm pretty sure Michigan is like, man, I might be the last time for a while we might give a brother an opportunity to be a head coach. I'm joking in that sense, but I'm sure it's not a good look, man. It's sad. I feel bad for his wife and his kids for the embarrassment that they have to go through. I feel bad for the kids in that program who looked up to this man for guidance and leadership, to lead them into the correct direction, to be men on and off the field. I feel bad for the coaching staff surrounding him. There were reports of, that this investigation was kind of going on weeks before the end of the season. And there was reports about him maybe berating some of the coaches, some of the uneasiness these last couple of weeks, and it kind of died down and kind of picked up this last week. And to kind of see this, man, it's a very disturbing, sad story that should anger us all, because this is a man that's supposed to lead young men into becoming men, and he's out here doing little boy games, and he can't control his dick in his pants. He can't control when you got a loving wife at home. I'm not sure what was the situation was going at home. I'm not even going to speculate. I don't know if they had problems at the crib or whatever the case may be. But for you to put yourself in this predicament for some vagina, you putting your career in jeopardy over this. It's kind of sad, and this is kind of representation on a lot of gentlemen, like, who may be in positions, like maybe not specifically like him, but in powerful positions. You need to look in the mirror if you're one of these cats who are doing situations like this, because this could be you. You could lose your whole livelihood over a dumb mistake. And for him to resort to the point where he needs to break into the home of the young lady and force her to try to get an abortion and threaten to take his life and her life, allegedly. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's going to be interesting to see what Michigan does with the future of this program, because these last couple of weeks have been kind of intriguing with all the different coaching jobs and coaching hires that has been in place. What do you do now? You know what I mean? Like, the transfer portal is coming up very, very soon. Like, you know what I mean? This is a very important time for recruiting and all that type of stuff. And you're literally square zero at this particular time, because you got to assume he's gone. You got to assume you're going to have to get a whole new coaching staff. Who knows what players on that current roster are going to think of this whole situation and what their futures may hold. Who knows what players who committed to this program are potentially going to do. I'm sure there's a lot of teams, Ohio States, Penn States, USC's, Bama's, Georgia's, Tennessee's, Ole Miss, who are salivating over maybe stealing some potential players off this current team and players who are potentially may come there. Where do you start as far as like a coaching hire? Who do you look at? I'm sure there might be some names out there that may be linked to, because they always want to hire the Michigan guy. So I'm not very familiar on who may be available, but they're going to have to act pretty damn fast to identify who their coach is. I'm assuming that they probably knew this was coming as far as him being fired. They probably wanted to wait until after the Ohio State game to potentially not ruin that opportunity. So maybe they already may have an idea on who they are eyeing. Maybe they already have had conversations with that person to be like, hey, be on the lookout. This is what's going to happen. And then if you're interested in the job, we will hire you within the next 48 to 72 hours, negotiate, do all that type of stuff. So maybe we might hear something by Monday as far as like with a new head coach. And if that's the case, I'm assuming that's kind of what the route that went with this. But my God, man, what a turn from a program that I think you both kind of said next year could be a really promising year for him. Now it's like, who knows what's going to look like. So, man, it's a disturbing story, man. Pretty sad story, story that should anger people and should be a great notice for anybody who might be in his position, who might be doing some of the things that just hasn't got caught yet. Be mindful and, hey, man, just watch what you're doing, man. Be smart about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have their work cut out for them to try to find a coach that can come in, and now they got to hit the transfer portal, try to keep some of the recruits that they've signed and committed to Michigan, because I'm sure we're going to be hearing reports of kids decommitting and
100%. Yeah, I'm sure you'll hear something.
Going to somewhere else, some hitting the transfer portal. Maybe Bryce leaves, Bryce Underwood. Maybe he goes to LSU with Lane.
Bryce is the last person that he needs to do something. Like, if you were a recruit, what would you think? Would you decommit? Would you be like kind of decommit and kind of reassess after to see what they do for the future?
Because you have no direction now.
Yeah, you don't know who your head coach is. You don't
have a coach unless you're going to say, oh, we're going to keep the coordinator or the offensive coordinator as the head coach now.
I highly doubt that, man. I highly doubt that.
So now you got to go out and get a whole new coaching staff. Now I got to wait to see if I like this coach, if I even like his program, or if I'm a wide receiver, do I like his wide receiver coach? So on and so forth. So you're starting at ground zero, like you said. So now it's like, why would I do that? Hell, I might go to Ohio State. I might go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might go to Michigan State. I know that's a little, that's a small fry, but hell, if you're from Michigan, you might have had that offer to go to Michigan State, so you might go there. Hell, they suck, but hell, I could possibly make them better and go there and start. So at least they got a coach.
I don't know. I don't know what they do. I really don't know what they do. I can't even. What do you think about? Obviously, in the dark X sphere, the name Kellen DeBoer has popped up as a potential that he could be a target. I can't see it because I just think it's. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what Kellen DeBoer's thoughts would be. Like, I don't know how much he is aligned with Alabama. I know it's been kind of turbulent for him in his first stint with Alabama, especially with everything that's been going on, the expectations of coming off of, you're replacing Nick Saban. We all know how hard that is and the expectations that those fans have. So we've seen it with some of their media that, people were kind of calling for his head after that slow start to the year after they lost to Florida State. And then they kind of had to bounce back and stuff like that. But I don't know. It might. I don't know. Maybe it might treat him. I'm sure Michigan has the money to throw at somebody if they really want somebody to make a big splash. I don't know if he'll even I think they might have had a better shot if Bama wasn't in the playoff. I think they would have a better shot, maybe trying to convince him, like throwing the bag at him and trying to get this shit right back going. But I don't know. Unless you want to try to call, I don't know who you could call.
Unless you call Dion.
I would call. The only thing about Dion is his health. That's the only thing that scares me about Dion. Maybe homie from USC. Maybe try to call him and see what he thinks about that. Lincoln Riley. I would see if he would be willing to leave. USC is tough to leave, especially but they got the number one recruiting. I don't know if he's going to leave that. Though.
I know he probably wouldn't do it, but I would call Marcus Freeman.
I would call Marcus too.
I know he probably won't do it, but it don't hurt to say, "Hey, Marcus."
I would call Marcus to see, especially with everything that's going on with Notre Dame right now. I would call Marcus. It wouldn't hurt. All he could do is tell you no.
Oh, right.
I would call the OC for the Commanders. I will call him
Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah,
I will call Cliff Kingsbury. See what's up. See what you got in the tuck.
Don't be surprised if they call the OC from Buffalo.
What about Bill Belichick? I heard his recruiting class did get better. I think it was ranked top. I want to say top 15. I want to say. He's a name. Yeah. But then you got to deal with Shorty. You got to deal with Shorty. I don't know if you want to do that.
And they don't want to deal with no more of that.
Maybe the Vandy coach, if you want to feel froggy. Maybe the Vandy coach. Maybe
I think he loves Vanderbilt.
It's Michigan though. Michigan is one of those institutions where you're going to pick up that phone call. You're going to listen. They're one of the few where you're going to listen. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anybody else. If you feel desperate enough, maybe Brian Kelly. If you feel desperate enough, maybe Brian Kelly. I don't know. He's very familiar with that area, in a sense. I don't know. Maybe
I will say this. I think he'd be a better fit for Michigan than he was for LSU.
100%. I feel like he's more of that
Big
area.
10. He's a Big 10 coach.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like I think he would fit more in with that conference than he did ever in LSU. He's not a SEC type head coach.
Yeah.
Speaking of SEC, do you call Nick?
You gotta at least try.
You call Nick?
I'll call Nick. Honestly, if I'm Michigan, I'm desperate at this particular moment in time. I'm calling Nick. I'm calling Urban Meyer. I'm calling Marcus Freeman. I'm calling Lincoln Riley.
Maybe you call. Hey, Dan. I know you're UNLV.
I would call Dan Mullen. I would call. I said I would call Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
I would call can't do Harbaugh because he can't get rehired with that suspension. Mm-hmm. Do you call his brother? There are rumblings about that. Do you try?
Yeah, because he's a
try. Look, yeah. I know Mike. I know he said nah. I know he said hell nah, but Mike Tomlin. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? How much do you need to even think about it? Just think about it. How much do we got to start at? Who else can I think of?
You call Chip?
Chip is a college guy. I think you have to try to call him. I would consider it. Dion would be the most intriguing one. It's more so the health for me, but I think to reestablish something, I think look, your top three have to be your number one. I think has to be Marcus Freeman if you can convince him. I think two, because Nick Saban is a pipe dream. That's not happening. I think the only way he comes back is either
Miss Tammy would have to say, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, but does she even want to go up to Michigan? Nah, I could see, and he's not even a fan of the cold. You even saw it during game day. He's like, man, it's too cold as fuck for this shit. I think it has to be like a Texas job, or Bama has to desperately plead for him back. Kellen DeBoer will be something if you could try to convince him. I just think it's impossible with this situation.
Call Shark?
Does Shark leave Texas? Do you leave Texas for Michigan?
Not really.
I feel like that's kind of like a lateral move, don't you think? And I feel like Texas has more money.
They
Texas
do.
has oil money. They have more money.
I'm just saying.
And you got Arch. You got Arch. You got Arch for another year. So, and I think he's going to be a lot better next year. I
was just thinking that, Mark. James Franklin held on a little bit longer.
Because you know what? I think James Franklin takes that job.
He does
because he wants that payback with Penn State. That'll be his way to get the payback off of Penn State.
He be looking at that shit like, fuck, I should have waited.
Do you try to call him and see what's up? Hey, nothing's ever set in stone with these college coaches, dog. Nothing's ever set in stone.
He already got Penn State back by taking all their recruits.
Take him to Michigan. Take him to Michigan. I just think with a situation like that, I think coaches will leave if you give them the right opportunity. Yeah. You know what I mean? I say you got to call Bill. Call Bill. Call Dan. I would hate to see it. Try call Dan. Try call Oregon's coach. See what he says. You know what I mean? Call everybody. At this point, call everybody. I know they want to keep everything Michigan, but it gets to a point in time where it's just like, all right, we need to make the best decision for our university. So if it's a Dion, if it's somebody like that, I don't know if Dion would consider. I think he would probably consider that job for sure. It's just more so hell for me, but make the call, man. I'm very curious to see who they hire and how fast they do it.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting because they might. I don't know. I don't know who, if they would want, any coach wants to jump into the fire like right now, because it's kind of like,
well, you kind of got no choice because of the calendar year. Like you kind of gotta you got to make a quick choice. Like it's going to be something where I think it's going to be quick. It has to be quick. They cannot wait weeks to get this hired. I think they need to hire somebody by mid next week. I think that is something that it needs to be done. It needs to be done before the playoffs start next week. I personally think they will hire somebody by then. Who's it going to be? I have no idea. That is the question.
Call Tom Brady, call Charles Woodson.
Because you got to think, this is still a premier job.
Yeah.
You got premier talent on this squad. It's just trying to get somebody that can get these kids to be convinced, like, okay, I'm cool with the direction that's going on. Right now, you're in limbo. But Michigan is still a top-tier job. It's up there with the Bama. It's up there with Texas. It's up there with LSU. It's up there with Ohio State. It's Notre Dame. Those are probably the most top-tier jobs out there currently right now. Even USC. I think USC is up there. I think Oregon's up there now, just with the money that they have. But, yeah, I think they're up there with that tier. Coaches will listen. It's just who will take the bite and how much money are they willing to spend. They're gonna have to eat a big check if they want somebody legit.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting if they go big name or if they go, a young up and coming guy.
I don't know, man. I don't know. If you want to keep your recruits, I feel like you got to get somebody that commands respect already. Unless if it's somebody that we're not very familiar, that is in circles, like a great offensive coordinator, a great defensive coordinator, something like that, then okay, for sure. I say I'm not really educated on what they're looking at and who may be available, but I say it's going to be interesting. They're going to have to make a quick decision. And
if it's like somebody on somebody's staff, maybe somebody that's in the playoffs already.
Yeah, man. Like, hey, call the wide receiver coach that left Ohio State. What's up? What's up? What's up? Nah, for real. What's up? What's up? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Chris Henry was very torn. I think he really wanted to go to that wide receiving coach. I think he wanted to be coached by him. But I think it's so hard to leave Ohio State and that brand and Jeremiah Smith. Like, it's hard. Like, especially he went to South Florida? He went to South Florida?
Yeah.
So you put him at Michigan. You don't think Chris Henry strongly thinks about going to Michigan.
Yeah.
Like, I think he goes to Michigan. If homie gets that job, I think Chris Henry's like, I'll go to Michigan. I could see myself. Michigan's a top tier college. I'll go there for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Who else does he bring? Does Jeremiah Smith consider that? Like, I'm being honest with you. Like, that is a conversation. I don't know, but if my Michigan, this is your opportunity to do something crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you got a clean slate. Some people probably weren't even high on Moore being the coach of this squad. I just think he was appointed because I think they were trying to keep the Harbaugh thing going on. But with him gone and kind of the residue that was left with Harbaugh, he was part of the Harbaugh brand. And I'm not trying to bring Harbaugh into this. I know it's unfair, but you know what I mean when I'm saying this. Maybe they want to kind of go in a different direction. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be interesting if they hired an Ohio State guy. You know what I mean? Like, it would make shit even like crazier. So, man, this has to be the top story for the next couple days, man. You know what I mean? This has to be the top story in all of sports right now.
Because it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of, and I agree with Mark. Tom Brady, Charles, figure out who you can hire. Figure it out. Who's available.
Yeah.
You could take Pete Carroll from me. Go ahead and take Pete. He might be good for y'all. Shit. Go ahead.
Pete too old.
Yeah, he too old.
He needs his ass down somewhere.
I don't know if Chip Kelly would be the right move, though. I don't know.
Chip need to just go to a smaller school or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, I would say if you're Marcus Freeman, you're presented this opportunity. Do you take it?
You fucking right, I take it. Fuck Notre Dame.
You take it. So you would take Michigan over Notre Dame?
Because if he takes this Michigan team, which I think he can, but if he takes
100%.
If he takes this Michigan, and here's a caveat. The quarterback, remember, his grandfather was the coach of Michigan.
That's true. He would definitely go.
Lord Carr, he was the
yeah, that's true. That is
for
true.
years, he was the coach of Michigan. He might get CJ Carr to transfer over with him.
I think there'll be a lot of cats that will transfer from Notre Dame to Marcus Freeman's a very respectable head coach.
Yeah.
Look, if I'm Michigan, I'm making that call. And I'm telling you, I'm asking him, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. What do you want? And I think boosters would 100% get behind that hire. They would 100% get behind that hire. Because Marcus Freeman was even in conversations about getting NFL head coaching jobs.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you? Yeah. If I'm Marcus Freeman, look, if you throw me the bag, I'll go to Michigan. Because at the end of the day, I think Notre Dame, I think their days as being an independent are slowly dying. They're going to have to make a decision because I know they got this little thing where I know if they're in the top 12, they get a vote, but I think we're heading into a super conference at the end of the day. That's kind of where I feel at what's going to happen.
Well, they said that eventually it'll be two conferences.
That's what I'm saying.
And if you're not in those two conferences, you're assed out pretty much.
Yeah, so Notre Dame will have no choice but to be involved in that. So, So, hey, we'll see.
Prayers to everybody in this situation, man.
Yeah, except for Shamar Moore. Like, there's no prayers for you, brother.
He's just dumb as you might get hell no of the week.
You might get hell no of the year.
Yeah,
he might get the biggest hell no of the year.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's do our start and sits for playoff fantasy football. So in our league, Maul is in the playoffs. I'm not. I'm in the
constellation bracket. I started off slow too.
So. I'm in the constellation bracket. You
fine for a top 3 pick for next year.
It's all bad for me. I face Rodney this week.
That should
be. We'll see. But let's go ahead and give our picks for this week, man. I'm gonna start it. As far as QBs go, I'm gonna go with Matthew Stafford. They play the Lions defense, and we all know that they are riddled with injuries all across that. They lost their best secondary guy in Brian Branch for the season. So I think that Puka Nakua and Devontae Adams is gonna have a field day on this secondary. So definitely start Matthew Stafford, and then I'm starting Drake May against the Buffalo's defense. My man Joe Burrow, if he doesn't throw 2 picks, he has a great day against Buffalo's defense, and I think Drake May will have a great day against Buffalo's defense. And if I'm sitting anybody, I am sitting Jordan Love because he is facing that Denver Broncos defense. Running back, I'm going with DeAndre Swift as they face who they face this week. I think it's the Browns. Yeah, they face the Browns this week. I think Swift was going to have a good game this week. I know Browns have a good defense, but I think it was Tony Pollard or Tajay Spears was having a field day on them running the football last week. I think he had like 100 and some yards, 169 yards last week. So I think Swift is going to have a good game. And I'm going with CMC uh, against the Titans defense. I just think CMC is going to run all over them, catch all over them. So, and if I'm sitting anybody, I am sitting Jonathan Taylor against that Seahawks defense because they're going to stack 8 in the box and tell whatever quarterback is playing. So, and then wide receiver, I'm starting Puka Nakua or Devontae Adams, whatever you have. Like I said before, I think Matthew Stafford's going to have a field day on that Lions defense. And I'm starting JSN versus the Colts defense because Shavarius Ward is out, Sauce is out. So JSN is going to have a field day. And if I'm sitting anybody, I'm sitting Michael Pittman Jr. against that Seahawks defense. And then tight end, I'm starting George Kittle over the Titans, and I'm starting Jake Ferguson over the Vikings defense. And if I'm sitting anybody, I'm sitting Tyler Warren.
For sure. For my starting quarterback, I got Drake May. I think Drake May against this Bills defense is Swiss cheese, man. You know what I mean? This defense ain't good. They can't stop nobody, and this offense is kind of ringing. Running back, I love Saquon Barkley. You know, he had a really good game this past week, and he's going up against my Raiders. My Raiders can't stop nothing. We need to lose this game, so I'll definitely take Saquon. Wide receiver, I love Puka Nakua against this Lions secondary. I do love that. I also love A.J. Brown against my Raiders secondary. Either one, I think, is going to have a field day. And then my tight end, I love George Kittle against the Titans. I think I think he's going to have a great one. As far as my sits for this week, Jordan Love against the Denver Broncos. That Denver Broncos defense is elite. And even though Jordan Love has performed really well these last couple weeks, I'm still highly suspect on this wide receiving core and what this offense can do. Running back, Ashton Genty against this Eagles defense. I know the last couple weeks this Eagles defense has been getting lit up with the run game, but our offensive line is terrible. They run blocking his ass. Trust me, Ashton Genty, he'd be lucky if he get 50 yards against this defense. I don't know if Jalen Carter's playing, but if he is, for sure. Wide receiver, I went with your boy Rashee Rice. He has not looked good these last couple of weeks, especially against this Charger team. He's dropping the ball. He could prove me wrong. He could have a breakout game, but the way this season is going for your team, it does not look promising. So I would say Rashee Rice until proven otherwise. And then tight end, look, man, Bills tight ends. I'm taking Dalton Kincaid against this Patriots team. Like, look, they don't feature them enough anyway. So, period. You know what I mean? I don't care who they playing, just sit them.
All right, man. Maul, you said you got an NFL over under game.
Yeah, man. We keep it fun. I got a couple NFL over unders, man. So first up, the NFC East, man, they've been pretty promising. So let me ask you, how many NFC East teams will be in the playoffs? 1.5, over or under?
You said NFC East?
NFC East teams, yeah. 1.5.
I'm taking the under. I only take one.
The Eagles?
Yeah, by default.
Cowboys still have a small chance. They were
Yeah.
performing pretty well, but that loss to the Lions didn't look good. Next up, Myles Garrett. I think he's about 3 sacks away from the record. So my question to you is, how many sacks over the record will he get? I got it 2.5. Over or under?
I'm taking it over.
Over.
I'm taking it over.
Yeah. When do you think he? When do you think
he
breaks
gets
it?
Caleb like 2 times this week.
Yeah.
Caleb like to hold the ball too long.
You think he breaks it this week, next week, last week?
I think he breaks it next week.
Next week, okay. Next up, the NFC West looks very, very good. You got the 49ers. I think they're 9-4. Seahawks, Rams. We all know their records. They're doing really, really well. I think they're 1-2 in the NFC. So my question to you is, how many NFC West teams in the conference championship game? 1.5. Over or under?
In the conference championship game?
Yeah.
I take the over.
You take the over?
Because I can see very well Rams, Seahawks, NFC championship game.
I wouldn't sleep on the Niners either, man. I really wouldn't. Like, I know they're missing a lot of their key guys, but they're still playing really well.
They are.
They're still playing really well. All right, next up, Justin Jefferson. It's been kind of a slow year for him. He only has, I think, like 2 TDs for the year, I think. So my question to you for the rest of the year, over under 2.5 TDs for him?
I'm going to take the over because he'll get a touchdown one probably this week or next week. And then, he'll get a couple of touchdowns within these 4 games. Come on, man.
Yeah, you can't go into all season with Justin Jefferson having only like 2 TDs, man. That shit crazy. My man will ask for a trade quick.
He might still.
He might still. All right, man. I got 2 more. This one is Lamar Jackson. We know he's had kind of like a rough year this year. Yeah. But my question to you is, for the rest of his career, MVPs, 1, over or under?
That's an interesting question because usually they tend to not want to have a bunch, give one person a bunch, even though Aaron Rodgers got.
How many he has now? He is at 2, 3.
He has 2.
He has 2.
He should have 3, but
he should have 3.
Should have got it last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over because you never know. He had one of them great seasons like he's had before. Regular season Lamar Jackson is always, outside of this year, is always great. It'll be interesting to see what happens to John Harbaugh, what coach comes in to, take him to the next level. But yeah, I'm gonna go over.
For sure. All right, my last one. I saved this one for you, my brother. And I want your, don't be biased, man. Just be real. Be honest with yourself. Chiefs Super Bowl appearances in the next 5 years. I got 1. Over or under?
I'm gonna go over.
Why?
I'm gonna go over. I do think that next year we will fix some things and we'll be right back where we need to be.
Oh my God, this guy.
And if we get eliminated, we get a top pick. We're gonna get some talent. Nah. We ain't picking at 32. Give me Jeremiah Love, man.
Y'all not getting Jeremiah. Y'all might. Shit. I think right now y'all are at what, like 14 or 15 or something like that. I don't think Jeremiah Love makes it that far, but you never know.
Give me Kenyon Sadiq. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll see
Cornell Tate, because shit.
I knew you was not going to answer that question legitimately. I knew you was going to.
It is legit. I do think so. In 5 years? Yeah, of course.
No, it took the Patriots didn't go to the Super Bowl for like 8 years.
10.
All right, then. So why do you? So what are we talking about?
We ain't the Patriots, man.
The AFC West is getting a lot better.
It is.
Not a lot used.
But I'm
the Patriots aren't going anywhere anytime
we can get
soon.
one more.
Patriots aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Cam Ward's going to have a better team around him. Texans defense ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
I hear you, but we still
the NFC is tough.
Stroud.
Huh?
We still got to see CJ Stroud take that. He's kind of.
All right, let me ask you this question. How many more seasons do you think Travis Kelce gives? 0.5, over or under?
Under.
Think it's his last year?
I think it's it.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's done.
Sure.
I think he knows it's done. Because from what I'm hearing reports of him after this game, he was just sitting in the locker room with his pads and his fucking cleats and shit still on. That's a nigga that's like, this shit about you.
Yeah, it's up. It's up. They need a new tight end, bro. They need youth on that tight end position.
That's why I said Kenyon Sadiq, baby. Let's go. Oregon.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one.
I was against it at first. I'm like,
y'all gonna trade for Kyle Pitts. That's what y'all gonna do. I can see that shit.
I think he's gonna be a free agent.
I can see him signing to y'all. I could. It's not like he's gonna get a big time contract.
This is true.
So I can see y'all giving him. I can see y'all giving him a shot. Like, why not? He has all the talent. Like, you know what I mean. If he can't succeed with Patrick Mahomes, then he just sucks.
He's trash.
You're just trash, bro. But he's too talented to suck. That's what I'm saying. So I can see him. I can see y'all instead of drafting. I can see y'all signing him to a reasonable contract. That's one thing I can honestly see.
I'm not tripping. I wouldn't be tripping about that because then, like I said, that first pick, shit, get you a defensive lineman.
He either going there or the Commanders because Zach Ertz is gone. His knee is done. I feel bad for him, but his knee. Or I could also see. I could see maybe y'all could. I don't know if the Ravens they'll be dumb enough to do it, but I could see maybe y'all trying to call for like Isaiah Likely or something.
Well, they just signed Mark Andrews. They just signed
Mark Andrews or something.
Well, they just gave him an extension, so
they can't keep both of them, dog.
That's what I'm saying. Likely's gone. I think Likely's gone.
Likely's gone.
Which I think that was stupid. I think you can go with D.
I think Likely's the better one. It's just he's had his injury problems though. But.
Yeah, and I think that's why.
Yeah.
But we'll see. All right, man. Let's do our BetUS Surefire picks, man.
Let's do it.
All right, player. What you got?
So tomorrow, man, I got all NBA, man. I got the Nuggets -10 against the Kings. I think that's light work for them. I got the Rockets -9 against the Clippers. We all know how terrible the Clippers have been playing, and I like that matchup. And then honestly, I love the Pelicans +4.5 against the Blazers. Watch out for my guy Queen, man. Queen, he put up some great numbers, man. Rookie. Watch out for him. I know he's being a lot of heat off of that trade that the Pelicans did to get him, but Derek Queen is he's a talent, man. So I'm gonna take the Pelicans +4.5 over the Blazers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the 4.5. I know Buccaneers lost to the Saints, but I think they're getting some guys back this week, so I'm gonna take the Buccaneers -4.5 over the Falcons. I think the Falcons suck. I'm with you. I'm gonna take the Rockets -9. And I'm going to take the over on the Nuggets and Kings over 238.5. So, go to all of our social media sites. You can see the BetUS link. Click on it. Sign up. Get 125% signing bonus plus 10% gamers insurance. That's 3 risk-free bets on your first 3 deposits of $100 up to $5,000. So that means that on your first 3 bets, if you bet $100 and you lose, you keep your money on your first 3 deposits. So you can win some money or you can keep your money on your first 3 deposits. So go sign up. Tell them Cris Style Mal sent you. Mm-hmm. And that does it for our BetUS Surefire picks. All right, time for Mal's randomly. It is now time for Mal's Random News.
All right, man. We got a couple. I know we did some on Monday, but we got a little light pack here today. First up, NBC News has reported that the measles outbreak in South Carolina is accelerating with no end in sight following Thanksgiving and other large gatherings. State officials have said. What are your thoughts with this, man? Are you kind of nervous with these measles outbreaks happening over on the East Coast?
No, I'm not nervous yet, but if it gets a little closer, I might be a little nervous. If it ends up in Arizona, California,
Yeah.
Then yeah, man.
Lock the borders. Lock the borders. Keep the motherfuckers away from me, dog. Especially in our business, because we around a whole bunch of motherfuckers.
Yeah, they
Keep
bringing. Hey, you South Carolina bastards. I'm coming to Vegas.
Hey, your ass at home, please. Next up, man. Culture Crave reports that now it reportedly now costs over $1 million to buy a 3-minute trailer at the Game Awards. Many nominated studios only get offered 2 tickets to attend as well. This is via a Kotaku. What are your thoughts with this, man? It's so expensive. I don't know why it's so expensive for games to have a 3-minute trailer. I don't know. It's crazy. What are your thoughts with this?
$1 million
for 3 minutes. Yeah, 1 minute.
And you only get 2 tickets to attend?
No. So the $1 million is for a 3-minute trailer at the Game Awards, but many nominated studios only get offered 2 tickets to attend the actual event.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot.
But I mean, you are putting your trailer up there and you're getting your game out there.
Do you think we get a GTA 6 trailer for the Game Awards? Game Awards is, I think, in a week or 2. It might be next week.
I'm sure they will.
I'm excited to see what kind of games get announced. Is there a particular game that you would like to see get a trailer of, like Wolverine or
probably Wolverine, maybe the Blade game? Did they scrap the Blade game?
No, I think it's still in the works from what I saw.
Okay. Maybe get some with the Blade game.
Yeah, Blade game. Maybe we get another trailer of the new Resident Evil. Get some more info about that. Maybe we get a GTA trailer.
Maybe we get another trailer for that 007 game.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. That one comes out on my birthday too, so I'm really excited about that one. I will be playing that. I still gotta buy Ghost of Yote and the Silent Hill F game. I've been on 2K. I gotta stop playing that damn game. That should get on my fucking nerves. Next up, Allegiant Stadium was the #1 highest grossing stadium in the U.S. for the 2nd consecutive year, bringing in $281 million from live music and entertainment events, according to new rankings from Billboard magazine. Globally, Allegiant ranked #2 behind Wembley Stadium in London. What are your thoughts with this, man?
I'm not surprised. You had WrestleMania here, and you had Bud Crawford versus Canelo here. Mm-hmm. That alone.
Yeah, Beyonce concert. You have
Beyonce, Chris Brown. Like, come on,
concerts, man. Yeah. You get WrestleMania coming up this year. I think next year we get the NCAA college football tournament, and we get Final Four. Obviously, we'll get the Super Bowl again. The Allegiant Stadium. It's a beautiful, beautiful stadium. And for us to be ranked #2 behind a classic stadium like Wembley, I think it says a lot. It also says to me, Mark Davis, you ain't broke. Get this shit together, motherfucker. This shit is crazy. Not broke. The fuck you doing?
He is broke, man.
Nah, it ain't broke. You stop fucking. Anyways, I ain't gonna say this shit. Hopefully I get hired with the Raiders with something, man. Mark Davis, I still love you, my brother. Next up, YouTube TV is officially launching a sports-only plan in 2026. The price is still to be determined. It will be less than the current $83 a month package, though. What are your thoughts with this, man? I know you're kind of team illegal, but
hold on. First of all, it's not illegal because I pay for it. So stop it.
I'm joking, people. I'm joking. But what are your thoughts with this with YouTube TV? Would this be something that you or any sports fan should be interested in?
Of course, if it's cheap.
Yeah, we gotta see what the price is.
If you into sports and you only want it for the sports, because most of the time most people will get YouTube TV for the sports. They ain't sitting there watching TV. But yeah, man, if we get you a nice little package, maybe $40.
Yeah,
that's a good deal.
Yeah. All right, next up, man, we got some news with Henry Ruggs. Seems like he was moved from a minimum security to a medium security prison. I'll read this little article real quick. Former Raiders receiver Henry Ruggs III, who was serving a sentence of 3 to 10 years, has had a change in his circumstances. VIA News, 8newsnow.com, the Nevada Department of Corrections has transferred Ruggs from a minimum security transitional housing center in Las Vegas to a medium security prison in northern Nevada. The Department of Corrections said this in response to inquiry. We can't disclose specific information on offenders. However, in general, an offender who commits infractions while at a lower level custody, depending on the nature and severity, they could be reverted back to a higher level custody, quote unquote. What are your thoughts with this, man? It seemed like Henry Ruggs was heading in the right direction, but now due to some foreseen circumstances, he's back into a medium security prison. What do you make this out for him?
Good luck, man. You know, you was heading on the right track. Looked like you had some NFL teams even interested in you. Maybe you get out and get on a team or something. But now you didn't set yourself back, sir. I don't know what you did. Hopefully you didn't get into no mess where you harmed anybody. But gotta keep your head on the swivel, sir. Get your shit right if you want to get out.
Yeah, man. You could have been up for, I think, early release, and it seems like that will get postponed back for a little while. So I think he could have potentially got it. I think this coming up year. He could have asked for it, and they could have see what happened. But with this, I think that pushes it back another year or two. So it seems like he's going to be in there for a little bit longer. Next up, man, per Jay Fowler, there are rumors of people around the NFL believe that the Eagles may draft a quarterback in the upcoming draft. With some of the struggles with Jalen Hurts and stuff like that. What are your thoughts with this? Do you think this is the direction that the Eagles should do, or should they be more patient with Jalen Hurts, especially after him winning the Super Bowl?
That's difficult, man, because he hasn't been playing well this season. I think he deserves grace. I do. I mean, he won him. So he got him 2 Super Bowls, man, and one of them, the other one, he could have possibly won that one too.
He played well in both. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He could have possibly won that game too. So, that's a tough one. I mean, if you got a good value at quarterback there, then I guess you got to do what you got to do. But I think they have other things that they need to work on besides another quarterback.
Yeah, I think they should. If they're going to go in that direction, I think they should wait till not this draft, but the following draft. There's way more talented guys, even some guys that we may have questions with, but they're ultra talented. They just probably need a sense of direction and more tutelage. But I would wait. I think Jalen Hurts deserved that at least. I think I know, like, look, Monday was a bad game. I'm not making no excuses for him. That was all on him. But we've seen it before. He's had moments in the season where he's looked terrible, and then when the playoffs come, he looks legit. So you got to afford him that. Next up, VIA, the athletic. NBA executives voted on who the best front offices were. Number 10 was Golden State Warriors. Number 9 was the San Antonio Spurs. Number 8 was the New York Knicks. Number 7 was the Minnesota Timberwolves. Number 6 was the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 5 was the Indiana Pacers. Number 4, the Miami Heat. Number 3, Houston Rockets. Number 2, Boston Celtics. And obviously number 1 was the OKC Thunder. What are your thoughts with this list? Do you agree or disagree with this list?
I don't agree with the Golden State one.
How are they 10? I don't know how they're top 10. I would put the Atlanta Hawks top 10, me personally.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Or the Magic.
Y'all swindled the Mavs, man. You should be up there. You got Luka for pennies to the dollar.
I would say yes. We did. That alone should put us in the top 10. Yes, absolutely. I would agree.
You got the steal. Yeah. Highway bank robbery, not bank robbery, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. For little to nothing.
Yeah. Like Miami Heat at number 4, like I get heat culture and shit, but what have they really done? They haven't got no
Nothing.
free agents, anything.
They
Some of the
won
players that
6
they
Super
did
Bowls.
draft, they hit, they don't hit. Like, I wouldn't put them in number 4. Indiana at 5, I would. I get a lot of that had to do with the injury to Tyrese Halliburton, but they were heading in a great direction. I'm not mad at Boston at 2. I'm not mad at Houston at 3. I'm not mad at Cleveland. I'm not mad at Minnesota. I think the Knicks should probably be a little higher. I would have the Knicks ahead of the Heat.
Yeah.
I would have the Knicks ahead of the Heat. I would have the Spurs a lot higher than 9. Yeah. I think if anything, they should be in the top 3. I might have them over the Rockets, me personally.
Yeah.
Hell, I might even have them over the Boston Celtics at this particular time. And then get Golden State the fuck out of here. Like, they're not top 10. They're not. Like, if it was like Bob Myers, then okay, top 10. Hell, it would probably be top 5, but nah, I'm not giving Mike Dunleavy that. He hasn't done anything to earn top 10. So yeah. Nah, miss me with that one. Next up, the Dodgers. They made a move. They got Edwin Diaz from the Mets. Their new closer, Edwin Diaz. He's probably one of the top closers in baseball. There was also some rumors of Tariq Skubal of the Detroit Tigers possibly getting traded to the Dodgers. Obviously, this has created an uproar with a lot of fans with the Dodgers and what they've been doing. I think it's kind of a Crimea River with that. But overall, what's your thoughts with the Dodgers signing Edwin Diaz? Does this solidify them getting a 3-peat? And are you like everyone else and upset with how the Dodgers are collecting all this?
This is baseball. It's the culture that y'all created. They're the new Yankees.
Yeah.
Yankees was doing this all through the 90s. When Steinberg was still alive. He's getting all the great players. They was winning championships.
Yeah.
This is gonna be now they got the best player in the world. They gonna add more people because people want to go there, get paid. You can get paid and you can win championships. Now I do think Baltimore made a good move today with Pete Alonso.
No, yeah. My thing is what the fuck are the Mets doing? What are they doing?
I guess they trying to make sure they boy get his psyche right because he didn't have a good year last year.
I don't think that's gonna help. You lost your bullpen is now ass. You lost one of your best hitters to go along with Juan Soto. Yeah. You put all that money into Juan Soto because you thought this team was ready to win a World Series, and now you're just scrapping that. So what was the point of signing Juan Soto then? Would you consider trading him? Obviously, that shit would be impossible with that fucking contract. But unless it's the Dodgers would be doing it, like that'd be the only team, the Dodgers or the Yankees, that would take that on. But why would the Yankees want him back? He could have just went with the Yankees. They might consider it though, because that's a bet they could. But have you heard anything with your Royals?
We're looking at some outfielders. Not nobody that's like earth shattering, but guys who can contribute because we need some center. We need some outfielders, some center field outfielders.
Okay.
That could help out, and of course, another bat. I do like that we got the six pick, a lottery pick. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So get some young blood up in here, maybe a hitter, another hitter. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got Jack Cagg. I think he was the 6th pick. So we'll see. We'll see what they need some bats, man. They need something to go with Vinny and Bobby and Salvi. You know what I'm saying? We just need one more guy that could just knock it out. I did like what I saw from the other guy that we brought up, Carter Jensen. He's another one. He's a hometown kid, and he looked good too. So he kind of looked better than Jack Cagg when he moved up. So
yeah.
Hopefully Jack can work on his swing a little bit in the majors, and we can get some offense because our pitching is up there. You know what I'm saying? When it's healthy, it was unhealthy last year. Dudes was getting hurt left and right, but we can get some help. If we can keep our guys healthy and get our offense better than what it was last year, or looking like how it was trending towards the end of the season, then the Royals will be back.
For sure. Next up, Al Harrington made a appearance on the Run It Back, and he made some comments on the Lakers era with Shaq. I'm gonna play this clip and go from there.
We've been having a lot of different conversations about how dominant Shaq was and where does he rank on the list of all-time greats. Where does Shaq rank for you on that list?
I mean, I think out of the big guys, I think he is the most dominant. A group of friends of mine in a text thread the other day was asking, like, who's better, Shaq or Joker? You know what I'm saying? And that's an interesting one, right? Because with Joker's skill set and everything playing in the 90s, he would have been like a unicorn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He would have been somebody that everybody was like, who, we never seen nothing like this. And I guess the closest it might have been was Sabonis, but when Sabonis got to the league, he was already 30 plus years old, you know. But, like young Shaq, I felt like if Shaq played in this era, the reason why he would have been just as dominant was because Orlando Shaq could have played in this era. You know what I'm saying? Lakers Shaq, maybe not as much. You know what I'm saying? Or have been as effective. But, when Shaq was young, man, like, he was just good as anybody. He had all the skill. He could handle the ball back then. You know what I'm saying? He would make little turnaround jump shots and stuff like that. So, to me, in my book, he's number one.
Especially that 2002.
So, obviously, he was making that just based on the Lakers era Shaq. Do you agree or disagree that the Lakers era Shaq wouldn't have been as dominant in this era?
It's interesting because the center is so changed and almost obsolete now in in the NBA now. It's all about having a stretch four and guys running the court up and down, having athletes damn near and guys who could shoot. Like Shaq would be the unicorn in this era. Just like they said Joker would be a unicorn, he would be the unicorn in this era because it would be difficult it's hard to do these what ifs. Because mindsets would be different. You know what I'm saying? Like if Shaq comes up in this league, he's going to be trying to shoot. He would be trying to work on his jump shot. He'd be trying to play like Wemby and all them. Like, so it would be different, So it's hard to like, oh, let me take this guy from the 80s and 90s and place him now. Like their mindset would be different. Just like when somebody says, oh, this dude couldn't handle playing, and their mindsets would be different. Steph Curry mindset would be different if he played in the 80s and 90s. He would play differently. So
I personally disagree. I think, look, I know Shaq loved his McDonald's. I know he was fat, but he was still very dominant. And let's be honest, there really isn't really. There may be. Let's be honest. How many elite centers do we really have in the league currently right now?
Not too many.
You got Jokic. I guess if you want to put AD in that situation, I guess you could put him. I don't consider him a true center. I think he's more of like a power forward. Yeah. But honestly, to me, it's just really Jokic. Jokic is really the only.
Maybe Wemby.
Elite Wemby. You know what? You're right. I would give Wemby that. I would give him that as well. Who else would you have? I wouldn't put Miles Turner as an elite center. Jalen Duren from the Detroit Pistons. I think he's an elite center. I think he is an elite center.
You consider Chet?
Chet. The thing with Chet is I don't really consider him a center. I think he's more of like a power forward. Yeah. That's just me. He don't really have the build. Like if you put Shaq against Chet, Shaq is having a field day. Like I think if you put Shaq against Jokic, I think Shaq is having a field day. Like he's not a stretch big, but can he be dominant with the rebounding and just with his size, how dominant he would be? I think he's still putting up great numbers. I think he's still Shaq. So.
Jokic's defense isn't the greatest.
No, he's not. So I disagree. Now, young Shaq, of course, young Shaq will be the same. Young Shaq could do it all. Like young Shaq was probably one of the most freakish athletes of all time. Yeah. And I don't think there's no comparing to that. I think he's more athletic.
Why you think
I don't even think Braun compares to how young Shaq was. I think the only one that may be close was Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was a freak too. People forget about Dwight Howard too.
Yeah, Dwight was a physical freak. Never mind. But since
yo, relax on that one. Relax on that one. Next up, man. They announced some inductees into the Hall of Fame, Boxing Hall of Fame, and Ryan Garcia doesn't really seem like to be a fan, especially with Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame, but Ryan Garcia doubles down saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm gonna play a little clip. I don't think it gives too much involved, but I'll play it just so you can hear it real quick.
For me, like I said, the International Boxing Hall of Fame announced its inductees: Antonio Tarver, Nigel Ben,
List out of here.
and Gennady Golovkin.
Horrible.
Ryan's best
All
friend.
got in. Good for them. Congratulations, guys. Who had the best career of the three of those guys?
Oh, I would love to start. Triple G shouldn't have been in there at all.
Ooh.
Neither Ben nor Tarver.
Tarver's in there.
I
Tarver's
love
in
him
there.
though. I love Tarver. He's very iconic. Yeah. For me, like I said, it's hard to get into the Hall of Fame. It seems like anybody could get in there. So let me just say
I think
one
it's
thing.
close.
I love my Kazakhstan fans. I'm sorry, Triple G fans. Y'all came at me last time. I love
Mike
it.
Cop, the internet.
So it was a little short clip. I'm sure there's like a longer clip and him explaining. I'll have to find it. But what are your over thoughts with him just saying that he doesn't think that Gennady Golovkin or Nigel Ben and maybe also even Antonio Tarver don't deserve to be? I think it's more so with Gennady Golovkin on him not being inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
Look, I wasn't the big Triple G guy. Like I always thought he beat up a bunch of tomato cans, a bunch of bums. But I can't take away from his impact in boxing at the time, and people loved Gennady because he's a where's he from? I forgot where he's from. He's old. He's one of them, not Russian, but you know what I mean.
I could look it up.
And he's like from Kazakhstan or whatever they call it.
Kazakhstan or something.
Yeah, I think he's the same.
Yeah,
thing.
Karaganda, Kazakhstan.
Yeah. So, but he had a Mexican style, and I think he made a lot of people fans of that Mexican style because he was just straight up. I'm a pressure you and I'm gonna knock your ass out.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was a lot of people's fans' favorite. But I just felt like, even though a lot of people thought he beat Canelo, and just off of that alone, you probably gonna get in the Hall of Fame because of that. You know what I'm saying? Even though he lost, one of them was he lost. Did he lose the first one? It was a draw.
Which one?
His first fight with Canelo.
I think he I could look it up real quick. Let me see. My bad, people. My bad.
There you go.
Let's see. Where is the list of the fights?
But regardless, I'm not mad at him making it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him making it. He had one of the biggest fights, 2 big fights with Canelo.
Yeah, he drew his first fight with Canelo.
Yeah.
He drew, he lost, and then
He lost the second one.
and he
And they were
lost-
all close fights to me. So it wasn't like, and a lot of people thought he won that first one. Some people thought he won the second
Yeah,
one.
I honestly thought he won that first one. That's just
So I think he deserves to be in there. I wasn't the biggest fan of him, but I get it. I get why he got in. As far as Tarver got in because he beat Roy Jones.
he beat Ray Jones. Yeah,
He beat Roy Jones, and regardless of why he beat him, he beat him.
he did. He did at his peak too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. So I get why Tarver was in there. Nigel Ben, he was cool. He was an international type dude. You know what I'm saying? But I get if somebody said he shouldn't be in there, but he was a name. He was a name. I think he deserves to get in there. So And Boston Hall of Fame is just different, man. Like I think the only Hall of Fame that's really like people are like kind of high, holding a little high regard. It's probably Major League Baseball one because it's so hard to get in that one. Because even football is starting to get like niggas who are very good are getting in. They don't deserve to get in, but because they very good, they's like, let's let him in. Let's let Phillip Rivers in. Let's let Matt Ryan in. Like, People arguing Julian Edelman should get in because of his playoff run, and it's like he had a couple of 1,000-yard receiving, but
but is he a Hall of Fame player? Like, nah.
Come on now,
He's
like
not
we gotta these stats gotta mean something.
He's not a Hall of Fame player. Like today, how many Hall of Fame football players are there? Myles Garrett,
definitely.
I think Max Crosby has a op. Matthew Stafford,
Yeah.
Devontae Devontae Adams,
Travis Kelce,
Patrick Mahomes. I think those guys are already in there. Running backs, I don't think they're any. Maybe CMC. Yes, I'll give CMC the nod. Saquon, I don't know.
Derrick Henry. I think
Derrick Henry. I would say Derrick Henry and CMC are legit. Saquon, I need to see a little bit more.
What about Devontae Adams at wide receiver?
Yeah, Devontae, for sure. Devontae, legit. I think Jamar Chase is on his way there. I would say now. I think him and Justin Jefferson are on their way to being that, but I would say now.
Tyreek Hill.
I don't know.
Chris Jones.
Yeah, Chris Jones. Yeah, I think Chris Jones is. There's probably a lot of offensive linemen I could see.
Yeah, but offensive lineman is hard. Like,
it's hard
because you got to be a left tackle or right tackle. Guard is hard.
I think there's a couple. I think like Lane Johnson. I think
Lane is getting in. Lane is definitely getting in. Like I know he's retired. Like I think Travis Kelce or Jason Kelce's getting in.
Jason Kelce's definitely getting in. You mean Gino? Not nigga. You see, I've been trying not to say the N-word, you know what I mean? But your comments make me want to say that to you, my brother. Like, brother, it's just no.
Chill, Mark.
Chill. Like, I've been cool. Like, why you keep coming at my neck, brother? I ain't say nothing bad about y'all. You know what I mean? I haven't said nothing about the Chiefs at all, brother. I haven't said nothing. I don't know why you coming at my neck, brother. I've been all positivity today. Still got love for you, brother, but I feel like you're kind of testing my patience right now. Yeah, man. We'll keep going. I got two more. Next up, Australia becomes the first country to legally block minors under 16 from using all social media. Do you think this is something that should be happening out here in the States?
Block them from all social media? Yeah.
So if you're under 16, you are minors are not allowed to be on social media.
I don't know about under 16. Like maybe under 10. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe under 10 years old, but under 16, like I'm not gonna block a 15, 14, 13, 12-year-old from social media. Like, maybe you put some limitations on what they could see.
Yeah.
You know, like put some type of age thing where they can't look at certain shit on their, on their phone or social media. Like, X can get a little wild.
They do. Yeah, a lot of them are getting wild.
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, all of them getting wild. So I think that there should be certain restrictions, and then when you get 16, maybe you get a little bit more leeway, and then when you get a little older, 18, then it's like whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, but all social media under 16, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Last one. Obviously, we've known that ticket pricing for events has gone insane, especially with resellers. But some artists are trying to fight back with that. Pink Pantheress, she's a young artist. She announces that she will be using Ticketmaster's face value exchange, where tickets can only be resold at face value for her upcoming tour. Quote, she said, "We're doing what we can to protect against scalpers and inflated resales." What are your thoughts with this? Do you think more artists should be using this? And honestly, do you think this should just be the standard of price?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. You don't want scalpers to take money out your pocket, man.
Yeah.
And so I'm always gonna be pro artist. You know what I'm saying? And get all the money that you can get, because it's a tough business nowadays with streaming. You ain't making no money off album sales unless you're Drake, Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, Taylor Swift, Beyonce. Like, you ain't none of them, you ain't making no real money. So unless you're really touring, and you gotta have a fan base to tour. So so I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this at all.
No, neither am I. And I understand, like, people are trying to make their bread and all that type of stuff, but I just think that even with, you even heard the guy that was running, I think Live Nation or something like that, where he was kind of saying like ticket prices should be a lot higher. You know what I mean? And it's kind of giving like, that's kind of the route we're going to go. So if that's the route we're going to go, then make sure you cap what resellers can do, because like the tickets are already insane, I think, with certain aspects, especially out here in Vegas. Like anything Raiders, anything Allegiant, anything T-Mobile, like anything out here, period. Like I think it's just crazier compared to other cities. So I think it would be a lot beneficial, because I think paying 2 tickets, like I paid 2 tickets for $1,000 for Kendrick Lamar. I think that was insane. I think that's insane. I love Kendrick Lamar, and that concert was amazing, but $1,000 for 2 tickets, I think that's insanity. If I'm paying $1,000, I need a meet and greet. I need to touch SZA's ass. I need something like that's crazy. So yeah, I'm all for it. But man, that's it. That's all I got for Roman news for tonight.
You ain't got nothing about the Rich Paul shit, man.
Nah, I ain't trying. I ain't trying to have this going on till 1 o'clock in the morning, man. We could do that Monday.
Okay. All right, let's do our NFL Week 15 picks.
Cris Style Mal's NFL picks.
All right. All right, good people. Tomorrow we got NFC South matchup. Atlanta Falcons. Falcons and the Buccaneers. They had a bad loss last week against the Saints. I know it was a division battle, but they had a bad loss. Tyler Shook, beat them. And but I think it's a bounce back. They're getting some guys back. Tristan Wirth is coming back. I think Mike Evans comes back this week too. But I'm gonna go with the Bucs winning 24-7.
Yeah, I think with Mike Evans coming back and just how bad this Falcons team is, Drake London. I wouldn't be surprised if they just sat him out for the rest of the year with that knee injury or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucs, man. I just think that they're just a better team. They need to win bad. They need to win bad for sure. So you want to kind of keep the Panthers off your neck, and what better way to do that with an easy win against the Falcons? So I'm gonna go 31-14.
You got morning game. Chargers travel to my Chiefs. 10 in the morning game, or 12 p.m. wherever you at. Look, man, Chargers coming off a good win against the Eagles. I know Justin Herbert in that hand, he was kind of clinching at it, but he had a really good game. Chiefs coming off a bad loss against Houston. Their playoff hopes are slim.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't got no reason to pick the Chiefs, but I'm gonna pick them. 20-17.
Will you ever not pick the Chiefs? Will you ever not pick the Chiefs?
If we lose this week, I ain't picking them against the Broncos.
I feel you. Look, I'll say this. I think their hand's gonna get tested in that cold weather. I think in LA it was able to stay warm. I think it might be a little bit tougher in that cold weather, but I think the addition of Amarion Hampton could be huge. He had, he looked really good coming off that ankle fracture and stuff like that. I'll say this: I think the the Charger defense has been very, very opportunistic. Damn. I just think the Chiefs are mentally, I wouldn't say broken, but they're mentally fatigued, whatever the case may be. Like I just feel like, I think with last week's loss, I think it kind of just set in like, damn, this isn't our year. So I think the Chargers win this. I think this is a game where I usually would pick the Chiefs, because I think with circumstances with that hand injury and stuff like that, and obviously some of the injuries they have on the old line, you would pick the Chiefs. But I just feel like, man, it's just not bouncing the Chiefs' way this year. And I think the Chargers will find a way and put the Chiefs out their misery, respectfully, but and end the season.
I'm not mad at it. You got the AFC East matchup. Buffalo Bills traveling to New England. This is a big game because this could be still for the division record and maybe even some number one seed inklings too. Look, man, they at home. Bills defense still has a lot to be desired, and if Joe Burrow doesn't throw 2 picks, Buffalo loses that game last week.
Yeah.
I'm going Patriots. They're coming off a bye week. They're well rested. They're fresh. They're at home, and that crowd's going to be rocking too. So I'm going to go Patriots 31-24.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go Patriots. I just think they're the better overall team. The only way, like you need a superhero game from Josh Allen and James Cook. Like I think those got to be the two guys for the foreseeable future. If they want to have any shot at making the playoffs, those two guys have to produce because there's no one on that receiving core that scares you at all. The only one that may scare you is Khalil Shakir, but that's it. But even then, it's just like, is he like he's not scaring you like a Jamar Chase or a Justin Jefferson or a Puka or anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go Patriots, but with it being home, I think it's gonna be a dominant performance. I got the Patriots winning. I'm gonna go 35 to let's go 20.
All right, you got the AFC North division game. Bengals facing off against the Ravens. Bengals are at home. Like I said, Bengals coming off of a bad fourth quarter collapse to lose to Buffalo. Ravens had a little bit of a controversy, lost to Steelers. They're likely catch that ball. Did he not? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know the Ravens have not looked good this year, but I'm going Bengals 35-28.
I'll be honest with you. I really don't know. I'm gonna hold out hope for the Ravens because they need to win this game. They still have a chance of making and winning that division. Yeah. Obviously, they got to beat the Steelers with that last game that they had. But yeah, I'm gonna go with them. Would I be surprised if the Bengals found a way to win this game? No, I would not. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think Lamar finds a way to win this game. And yeah, I don't know what the score is going to be. Don't even ask me, dog. I don't know.
You got the Jets traveling to Jacksonville to face the Jags. Jacksonville has been playing pretty well these past weeks. Underrated signing is Jacoby Myers going to Jacksonville because he has showed up and showed out, and he has opened up that offense for sure. Mm-hmm. I can't not. Even though I'm not the big Trevor, I got to pick the Jags on this. They're at home. Jets are trying to get a number one seed. So I'm going Jags 27-17.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jags, man. I just think that the Jets are on like their third quarterback. I don't know what's going on with that situation. Obviously, they have a lot of rebuilding to do. And the Jags, surprisingly, they're at 9-4. 9-4, 5-2 at home. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jags. I think they win. I think they win pretty easily. I'm gonna go 28-13.
Yeah. You got the Cardinals traveling to Houston to face the Texans. Texans coming off a win over the Chiefs. Cardinals coming off a bad loss. I think it was Seattle. I think they faced last week. Look, man, this Texas offense still has a lot to be desired, but that defense is really good, and I just think that they're gonna just punish Jacoby Brissett. But I got the Texans winning 21-10.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's not going to be a dominant offensive performance, but I think it'll be a dominant defensive performance. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a touchdown from their defense or anything like that. And I agree with you with the score. I could see it being like a 21-10, 21-13 type of game. It's like a dominant performance, but it don't look dominant on the scoreboard, but it was a dominant performance. You know what I mean? I could see something like that.
You got the Browns, Shedeur Sanders. He is the starter for the rest of the year. He's traveling to the Bears. Bears coming off a tough loss against the Packers. Browns coming off a loss of the Titans. Controversial, Shedeur getting pulled out for the 2-point conversion to possibly win the game. Mm-hmm. Look, man, I want Shedeur to ball out in this game, but I think the Bears are kind of desperate after losing that Packers game. They're at home. I think the crowd is going to be rocking. I'm gonna go with the Bears winning 24-17.
I think this is easy. I think you got to pick the Bears because Kevin Stefanski is going to find every way to not let Shador Sanders win the game. So I do not care. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think even with the loss, I think they still looked very impressive. They look compatible against the Packers, especially that second half. Yeah. They kind of showed the will of that team, and I liked it. I liked from I saw even from a loss. Like Caleb Williams didn't have like the greatest game, but that second half he looked really good. He threw some amazing balls that I think only Patrick Mahomes and maybe Josh Allen can throw. Right. And I love that running game. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. And again, I think Myles Garrett, I agree with you. I think he gets like a sack or two off of Caleb. It's gonna be tough because Caleb Williams can move. Yeah, and it's supposed to be hella cold. Yeah. Hella cold. I heard it's supposed to be like 8 degrees or something like that. Yeah. Kickoff. So maybe even minus, depending on the wind chill. So
minus 20.
Yeah, something like that. It's gonna be something crazy. So, Shador gonna be throwing up that ice, but it might be in a different type of way. So, I'm gonna go with the Bears, man.
You got the Commanders traveling to the Giants. Jaden Daniels is hurt again. They needed to put him on ice for the rest of the season. No Zach Ertz. Look, man, Giants win this game. Jackson Dart has a solid game. Run the game. Tyrone Tracy has a solid game. That defense gets after Marcus Mariota, and I got the Giants winning 24-7.
Yeah, I got the Giants winning too because that gives us the number 1 seed. That gives the number 1 pick. We need that. So, I think the Giants win just based off Jackson Dart. I think Darius Slayton has a really good game. I think that D-line has a really good game. Even though, I think Marcus Mariota can hold his own. I think even with everything going on.
Broncos the other week.
Yeah, I would say Croskett Moret has been one of the more disappointing players. I had a lot of high hopes for him going into this year. He has been absent completely, and maybe so forth. I know he's been kind of banged up a little bit here and there, and I know that offensive line hasn't been the greatest. Obviously, we see what Jaden Daniels was kind of running from all year. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Giants, man. I'm going to go, let's go 23-17.
You got your Raiders traveling to Philly to face the Eagles. Eagles coming off a tough overtime loss over the Chargers. Yeah, you guys just lost to the Broncos. Mm-hmm. Man, this Eagles.
No Gino not playing.
So it's
Kenny Pickett.
Mm-hmm. I'm going Eagles 28-3.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of Raider fans think Kenny Pickett's gonna win this game and fuck us over on the draft. And you know what? I get it. Like these last couple years, man, games that we should have lost, we win. I think even Eagles fans are nervous about this game. This is what makes it so intriguing. Yeah. I gotta ask my guy Flanagan where he's watching this game at. I probably gotta go watch it with him. I have to. I think this is a must. I'm gonna ask him where he's going. But look, man, we fucking suck. We are terrible. We are not good. We should lose this game like 41-0, honestly. So excuse my voice, man. I feel like I'm losing my voice. But I'm gonna go 42-3. That's what I'm gonna do.
If the Eagles lose and
if they lose to us, oh my god.
And Jalen Hurts has a bad game.
They drafted the quarterback. They might trade for Kyle Murray at this point. Shit.
Yeah. You got the Colts traveling to Seattle, face Seahawks. Colts. I don't know if Phillip Rivers is playing, but
God, oh my God, Lord Jesus.
I don't know if Phillip Rivers.
Come on, dog. What are we doing, man? Just call Colin Kaepernick, bro. What are we doing, man? You gonna call Phillip Rivers? Call Colin Kaepernick, man.
Oh man, it's all bad.
My man don't even look in shape, bro. He got a little beer belly and shit, bro.
He like, grandpa, man.
My man, what we doing? They said Riley Leonard practiced though.
Did he?
Yeah, they say
regardless, I got the Seahawks winning 45-3.
Yeah, if you put Phillip Rivers out there, that's just gonna be entertaining on its own, bro. Yeah, I got the Seahawks winning. That defense has been flying. I need to see Sam Darnold perform these last couple weeks heading into the playoffs. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks, man. They should be very dominant. I don't care if it's Phillip Rivers, Donnell Summers. I don't care. Like that Colts offense is cooked. Like even though I did like what Riley Leonard looked like. I did. So I hope he gets the burn And I think it'll be a lot closer if he is. If it's Phillip Rivers, I agree with you. It's a blowout.
You got the Packers traveling to Mile High to face the Broncos. Broncos coming up a win over your Raiders. Packers coming up a big win over the Bears. Look, man, I went back and forth on this game, man, but I think that this Broncos defense is going to keep them in the game. It's going to be the same as Bronco game. They're going to hang around, and in the fourth quarter, Bo Nix is going to make a throw to get them in field goal range, and they're going to win 24-21.
I think this game is going to be low scoring. I'll take the under in this shit. I think this game going to be like a 17-13 game because I think it's going to be a defensive battle. Who knows what the elements are going to be like in Denver in this time of year. And I just think that defense is really good. I think Michael Parsons has been performing really well. We all know the slow starts that this offense has in the beginning of the games. They really are not like come out and heat-seeking team. Like it takes them like a whole half just to find rhythm. And I think it'll be the same way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers maybe jumped on them early, but the Broncos end up finding a way to win at the end. I'm going to pick 17-13 game.
You got the Titans traveling to the 49ers. Titans coming off of probably their best performance against the Browns. And 49ers coming off a bye week. Look, man, 49ers going to win this game. I got them winning 24-7.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a dominant performance. I agree with you. I agree with the score 24-7. I like that.
You got the Panthers coming off their bye week, traveling to New Orleans to face the Saints. Saints have been a little bit of a scrappy team, man. They still out there flying around trying to win games. Tyler Shook probably had his best game last week against the Buccaneers. With the Panthers, they're trying to keep that NFC South division crown hopes alive. I know them division games are weird, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers in the close game, 24-20.
This game's tough because I could definitely see a situation where the Saints win this game. I really could. But I'm going to go with the Panthers because I think they have motivation in winning this division. I think they have a great shot at winning this division. But they got to win this game. So I'm going to go, let's go 23-20.
Then you probably have the game of the week, Lions versus the Rams. Rams coming off of a great win. Lions coming off their great win against the Cowboys. Look, I make no bones about it. Rams are the best team in the league right now.
Yeah.
Outside of that Panthers loss, and like I said, teams who travel from west to east usually have issues. So if that game was played in LA, they probably smoked the Panthers. So I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I just think that the Rams have the better defense on the field, but those weapons on the lines are still going to get something going. But I got the Rams winning 48-35.
I'm gonna go Lions. I think they gotta win this game. They really have to win this game. I think the Rams gotta win this game to kind of maintain the number one seed position. So obviously this is a very important game. But I don't know. For some reason, I got the Lions winning this. I think they'll find a way at the end. I think Gibbs has a really good game. I won't be surprised if Amon-Ra St. Brown had a decent game too. They're all inside, so this is very familiar land, and we seen some of the battles that they had, especially in the playoffs, man. I think it'll be a high scoring game. So I'm gonna go 38-37. I'm gonna go Detroit. Win last second field goal.
You got the Vikings traveling to the Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a tough loss against the Lions. Vikings having a win over the Commanders. Look, man, I still don't believe in J.J. McCarthy. I know this Cowboys defense is not bad, but it's not great. I do think that Quentin Williams has a good game in this. I think Javonte Williams and George Pickens has a bounce back game. I'm going Cowboys 35-24.
For selfish reasons, I'm gonna go with the Vikings because I need Justin Jefferson to go off for me in the playoffs. I need JJ McCarthy to get his shit together. I need that Michigan JJ championship McCarthy to show up and throw every single ball to Justin Jefferson. Make sure this man gets 200 yards and 2 TDs. I need that. Run me that. Reality though, I don't know who wins this game. Low key, I really don't know. That defense looked terrible. Dallas defense.
And they did. And Vikings defense, I mean, I'm sure
the Vikings defense ain't bad. They're decent.
Flores is going to send them blitzes at
yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with the Vikings. I'm gonna go Vikings. I think they win.
You know what this game could end up being like? When the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can see that. So I'm gonna go 28-24.
And then you have this terrible Monday night game. Dolphins traveling to the Steelers. Don't nobody want to watch this game. You watch this game, you're a sick human.
It has playoff implications though. It does have playoff implications. But Devon Achane ain't playing though.
Exactly. And that's why I'm picking the Steelers in this game. We all know how the Dolphins play in the cold weather too. It's probably gonna be cold as shit in Pittsburgh. So I'm picking Pittsburgh to win 24-17.
I feel like Steelers be lucky, man. Like we're really heading towards another like 500 Tomlin year again, bro. Like this is what's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Steelers though. No Devon Achane. And I do expect we get one of those bad Tua games for sure. So I think that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go 21-10.
Cool. That doesn't fly NFL picks.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, man. I think people are tired of hearing my voice. Sound like it's going out. So yeah.
All right, man. If you want to donate to the Cris Style Mal Podcast, you can donate to our Cash App, Cris Mal Podcast. We'll appreciate anything you give to us. Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, whatever you use, we are available. First time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live Mondays, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Wednesdays, 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, jump in the live with us. You can talk about these topics. We want to, we want you guys to join in on the live stream like Mark has been consistently every Mondays and Wednesdays. So jump in the live and give us your opinion. We want to hear from you, whether you agree with us or disagree with us. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Facebook, whatever you use, we are available at Cris Style Mal. Follow us, we'll follow you back. If you have critiques or feedback, or if you have a question or topic and you want us to, and we like said question or topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, good people. Until Monday, hope you guys have a good weekend. Be safe out there. The holidays is coming up. You know what I'm saying? Get your Christmas shopping done and all that good stuff. Some good deals out there. And we'll be back Monday to talk about what happened over the weekend.
No, yeah, for sure.
So until then, we are out.
Peace out, y'all.